Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. The market gets closer and closer with each passing day to that point where we are going to see insane price action, and XRP absolutely is going to be a part of it. That's my personal humble opinion. And so I want to share with you opinions and thoughts from several different chart analysts within this video. Including, by the way, I watched the Blockchain Backer's most recent video today, and he really did a good job, really great job, highlighting in very specific detail why he believes the crypto market is about to go on the biggest tear in history, effectively. And so I'm not going to rehash everything that he said. If you want all the technical specifics, then I encourage you to go check out his channel. But I want to say this. Look, we're seeing individual coins pop off as market leaders right now. I've been highlighting them. Obviously, there's Solana, there's Algorand, there's several out there, right? But look, we know that some coins will always lead, some coins will always lag behind, and some will move up dramatically somewhere in between, though. And so the point is, this market is behaving exactly like we'd expect it to based on previous performance and previously observed human behaviors. This is a great sign. It means that, indeed, the best is yet to come. And so there's a lot to discuss here, but I do want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but purely as a hobby, just for fun. And I always want to be transparent about that. Now, as I record this, XRP is at $1.10. Bitcoin is at $46,500. Market cap for the asset class is at a little over $2.1 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance falling. It's currently down to 40.53%. And the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, as I record this, is at 45 out of 100, indicating that the market is indeed in fear. And I'm feeling fantastic. As I mentioned, it's probably just yesterday, I was just thinking back to how the sentiment was in March of last year when the stock market and crypto markets plummeted thanks to the pandemic. I'm thinking about how low XRP got down to 11 cents, Bitcoin under $4,000. And like, we're so much better off than that, but it's just whatever is happening in that exact moment, the direction the market's heading, that makes people feel stuff, and then those feelings make people decide to buy or sell. Rather than using logic and data and having a sufficiently long-term approach, no, it's whatever is happening in the moment. It's probably going to keep doing that forever. And then humans respond. It's just silly behavior, but this is what humans do, which is why simply understanding these very basic things can give you a substantial leg up against everyone else, because those are your competitors, and they don't know what the hell they're doing, which is why I lovingly call them useful idiots, effectively. Now take a look at this. Here's a very short thread on Twitter from chart analyst Will Clemente, who shared the following with his 240,000 followers all up on the Twitters, and he wrote, "Getting pretty fed up with the whole on-chain is only bullish misconception, to be honest. Anyone who says this doesn't understand how the analysis should be used. On-chain tracks macro trends. Its use case is not to predict liquidation cascades. Look at derivatives data for that." And so let me pause here. What he's referencing, the reason he's getting at this, because just the other day, as you well know, Bitcoin, let's say, moved to the downside a bit and took the whole market with it, and it did result in these liquidation cascades. In addition to other individuals emotionally choosing that time to get out because things might be worth even less in the future. Now, of course, the market has pretty well rebounded since then. Not all the way back to the level it was before the crash, but the point is, back up to the upside. And so that's what he's talking about there. And when you're talking about on-chain metrics, that's different than what he's saying if you want to understand potentially when liquidation events could occur. And he's saying, look at derivatives data for that specifically. And then he continues, "Yes, on-chain has been bullish since July because we're in a bull market. If the data changes, we will change our view accordingly. On-chain is not to be used for day trading. It helps you build a view of the underlying market structure. We are macro analysts, not scalpers. A liquidation cascade caused by over-leveraged traders does not invalidate macro trends. Did I predict this recent drop using OC, meaning on-chain data? No, because that's not what it's used for. I'm using this analysis to position myself for the coming weeks and months. Exactly. So that's why I've always enjoyed the on-chain metrics that you can look at there, but he's right. It's not used for that, which is why I thought it was worth highlighting that. And that's why I've said, for me, it doesn't make sense to get to, like, it's worth being aware of what's happening on the day-to-day basis, because, as I've said many times, like, the biggest impediment to achieving life-changing wealth in crypto is yourself. You know, it's the emotions and getting in and out of positions, all of that. That's what eats people up, because data shows that people that just sit on the sidelines and do specifically nothing, the data shows in the stock market and in crypto, those are the people that do better. And so for me, it's to be expected that you're going to see dramatic dips to the downside here. But what I'm more interested in, because look, I understand that's going to happen. It just is, and you should be aware of that as well. It's not the case that you jump into crypto and the dramatic jumps to the downside don't happen anymore. And of course they're going to happen. So if you want to be part of this, you just got to deal with that. But that's why it's worth being aware of what's happening on-chain. The on-chain metrics indicate something more important, which is that simply, despite all of that happening, we're likely to trend to the upside, because historically that's what's happened in the past. And so to me, it makes sense to draw, like, look into the past to draw at least suspicions, reasonable suspicions about what might occur in the future. And to me, it looks like humans are behaving about the same as they always have in crypto, and I'm counting them on continuing to behave just in the same fashion, at least for the duration of this market cycle. And at some point, yes, the frenzy in crypto dies down. I don't pretend to know when that will be, and then there will be less volatility. It'll be a little bit less exciting. And so I'm thrilled to be here when all the nonsense is happening. I'm here for the massive bubble. That's what I've been planning on for many years, ever since I jumped into crypto, which I first jumped in November of 2017, so it's been almost 4 years for me now. I've been at this a long time, I mean, relatively speaking. And so then there was this from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer. And he wrote the following, and so he's talking about a cryptocurrency named Algorand, which has been performing well despite the recent pullback. And so I wanted to highlight this because this is a good sign. He wrote the following. Notice how this knockback in the whole market took place for ALGO right at the 702, which of course is, if you listen to the Blockchain Backer, you know that's a level that he always talks about of very, very high importance. And he writes, so again, the whole market took, the knockback for the whole market took place for ALGO right at the 702. And then once it gets through it, a conviction break, then off it goes. So these things aren't ironic to occur in the broader market and then show confluence on individual coins. It's optimistic. And here's the chart that he's talking about. So you can see he's talking about that 702 level. And what happened despite this huge red candle right here, and you can see how far it wicked down, what ultimately happened. It's fascinating. So it happened to occur at that very important level, and then it just broke with conviction to the upside. And so I'm just saying it's good to see individual coins being market leaders right now. And so if XRP is going to be lagging behind just as it historically has, okay, that's fine. I own a couple dozen different cryptocurrencies. I've got exposure to other cryptocurrencies. That's fine. I don't mind that. And plus, it's going to help me figure out how high it's likely the crypto market on the whole are likely to go. And let me rephrase it. Seeing how high Bitcoin and other top performing coins go this market cycle, assuming they do indeed pop off first and they hit their all-time highs or ultimate highs, whatever they're going to be for this cycle first, that'll help me reach a reasonable suspicion at least as to how high I think XRP might go, and will help me determine what levels it may make sense to exit. So there is a benefit to seeing what the rest of the market does first, actually. And then there was this from Chart Analyst Credible Crypto, and I think this is a nice cautionary tale right here. And so Credible Crypto blocked out the individual's name, and it's somebody that maybe made some not so great investment decisions in crypto. And so this is not to make fun of that individual. This is very serious stuff. I'm sympathetic for the individual here, whoever this ends up being. I don't want to know who it is. I don't care. But it really is a cautionary tale, because let's not pretend that there's no risk in crypto, but it's also true that you are your own greatest risk when it comes to investing in anything. You really are. You got to understand. So it's true of me too. I'm my own greatest risk. But that's why I choose to just do nothing and have a long-term mindset, because I don't think the crypto asset class is going away. So that's a big part of why. But Credible Crypto shared the following with his 237,000 followers. The greed and temptation in these markets to make more faster is what is responsible for 99% of people losing what they have. Don't use leverage/margin without understanding proper risk management. Many will get tempted out of fundamentally strong coins and into meme coins with the hopes of making more money faster, and 99% of the time this emotional trading will backfire. I am sharing this in the hopes that it will make you think twice before jumping into the next hype coin for some quick gains. Be responsible, be patient, do your diligence. Exactly. And so for me, this is why I've said many times, when something starts pumping, and that's what everybody's talking about, and that's what's in crypto media, there's a 0% chance that I'm going to throw money into it. Because at that point, when everybody's talking about it, as far as I'm concerned, it's too late. Because I don't know how high it's gone in a cycle to that point. I'm not willing to risk it. So the deal that I have set for myself, and I am strict about this with myself, is either I'm in a cryptocurrency before it starts moving up tremendously to the upside, or I'm just not going to own it for the duration of this market cycle, period. That is it. And so that's why I've said, and it's just a funny way of wording it, but I'm like, that's why I've said I'm planting my traps, right? And which is simply mean by that, I'm investing before other people have done it. And then when they come in, as I believe inevitably they will, because I think every coin under the sun is going to go parabolic this market cycle, then I sell. But once I see it's already gone up, I don't think, oh my gosh, I missed out on something, I'm going to throw money in. No, that's what the stereotypical retail investor does. I'll have none of it. I'm not interested. And if anybody jumps in, maybe they jump in towards the very beginning portion of it, and maybe they get a little profit and they jump out, fine. But history shows that the people that behave like this, they get wrecked. A big percentage of them. And so if any of you have done that and you've gotten out unscathed, you're really fortunate. You're playing with fire doing something like that as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to do it. If something pops off, sorry, Matt, it's too late. You don't get to own it now. That's the rule I set for myself, period. But look at these messages. This is what was shared by Credible Crypto. So these are direct messages, looks like on Twitter. And so this is what somebody wrote to Credible Crypto. Sir, I'm in huge loss. I invested in crypto and I'm down 20x, down from my portfolio. I had borrowed money from friends and now I don't have money. I need help. I want to recover my losses. Hello, sir. Please reply. And then he said, here we go. Bitcoin drop targets. As you said, it might drop to 36. We don't have proper context for that. Let me just read the parts that he circled right here. This is what the guy wrote. Mostly I lost in S-word coins and some leverage trading. So I've never done leverage trading. I'm never going to do leverage trading because it's nonsense. And you can get completely liquidated. No. And then this individual also wrote the following. Safe Moon and Safe Mars. Coins took my money. Almost 10 to 20x down in these coins. I did a blunder by entering in these S-word coins. Earlier had XRP in my portfolio. Even when I entered in crypto, I entered because of XRP only. What a shame, man. You hate to see it, and I'm sympathetic, but this is why I'm saying, your biggest problem, and your biggest threat to achieving wealth in crypto is yourself. It's just, that's why for me, for me, and I do mean this, I feel like the less I do, the greater my odds of achieving substantial wealth. I really firmly believe it because data says that. And so I'm not going to come in thinking I'm sort of wizard, and people feel like when things are going down, oh, I must do something, I must take action, I must. Well, okay, well, do whatever you want. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. I'm just sharing with you my personal philosophy for myself. And no, I'm not going to be getting in and out of positions feeling like I'm extra super duper sophisticated and smart, because those are the people that actually are not going to do well, as the numbers say. It's just unfortunate here. So do you want to be a statistic? I mean, it's your call. I mean, maybe you'll still do well, but I don't think the odds are in your favor. And then here, take a look at this. Chart analyst Pentoshi shared the following with his 263,000 followers. Listen up. This is so worth knowing. The reason I am often so calm is because I trade spot. I own my Bitcoin. I don't get liquidated. Do you think the people who sold at $42,000 2 days ago wanted to sell at $42,000? They were forced to by design. Leverage is a tool only few people truly understand how to use. See, this is why people get liquidated. And then he writes, most should stay away. This market is so volatile that you don't even need leverage. Things go up and down 20 to 50% in a day as it is. And so he's so right about this. We're in the most volatile asset class in the world, and you feel like you need to leverage up beyond that? You really do? When you're seeing coins where you could have put $1,000 in like Solana a year ago, and it'd be worth like $138,000 today, and you need to leverage on top of that because what crypto markets already do isn't enough. XRP last market cycle, when it popped, and it hasn't really popped yet, but when it did last market cycle, from the bottom to the top, it was up close to 80,000%, and you need leverage on coins? Do you really? Is this what any of you out there are doing? I mean, if you want to go, I can't stop you. I have no intention of stopping you. I'm just sharing with you my philosophy because people doing this, no offense personally if it's you listening to this, but like maybe take the warning from some of these analysts out there and just reevaluate, make sure that's really what you want to do, and if it is, okay. But man, talk about playing with fire here, which is a shame because look at how the smart, look at what I would say is like the smarter people in crypto do. There's this tweet from a trader and on-chain analyst named TXMC who wrote the following. And I'm going to share with you this chart full screen in a second for those that care to look. The 14-day illiquid supply market gradient, which shows when strong-handed investors are holding stronger than price, printed a positive spike during the recent sell-off. Long-term investors were unshaken by the drop and actually increased their holdings. And so that's what this chart is showing. Here you can see with this red and green, this is, and it shows the most recent drop right here where I'm circling. This is what the market on the whole was doing. And the long-term holders, this is what they were doing. As the market was selling off, this particular subset of individuals was purchasing the fear from the people that were panic selling. They were purchasing those humans' fear. That's exactly what was happening. And some of it I understand too, like I just talked about. Yes, you get the leverage people, the results of that just kind of cascading down. There's that too, of course. But look at this. So these are the people that know what the hell they're doing, at least a lot more than these people up here where I'm now circling, that were just the broader market, the rest of them, not doing as hot. It's worth being aware. Also, I wanted to highlight this. I'm not going to read this article, but just worth highlighting because it's fun. Solana or Ethereum? Boxing legend Mike Tyson left conflicted. And so he tweeted out simply, and this was earlier today, Solana or Ethereum. And so the only reason I'm highlighting this is just to point out it's the latest individual jumping into cryptocurrency because it's hot. And as I've said for many years, that when these celebrities come in, we're not that far off from the end of things. We really aren't. You saw Lindsay Lohan earlier this year. Is she talking about Bitcoin anymore, or did she stop after Bitcoin crashed from like $65,000? Or does she still have laser eyes? I don't know. You got Paris Hilton. You've got Reese Witherspoon just the other day. You've got Mr. Beast. You've got Mike Tyson. So those are the more recent ones right there. And I'm just telling you, like, these are signs you're getting closer to the top. And it's only going to be more and more celebrities that don't actually care, but they have big followings because they're famous people. So when they do take notice, along with the rest of the typical humans out there in the world that are not involved in crypto, they've got large audiences, and we're going to see them talking about it. And I'm just sitting here like, well, okay, I've been here several years. Good luck, Mr. Celebrity, if you want to jump in, because it's a rough time, especially if you don't know what the hell you're doing right now. I'm just saying. There's risk to all of this. Just be aware of it. So anyway, it just would be like sometimes, like, I don't know. I wanted to take a little bit of time in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam to talk about some of the risks. I do talk about them with a certain amount of regularity, but I just want to be clear. Like, despite my bullishness on XRP and crypto in general, and I'm very confident and I'm thrilled with how much my crypto is currently worth compared to when I bought it, because I dollar cost averaged for years. I'm not pretending like there isn't serious risk here. And I know that there are new people jumping in right now, and I see new subscribers every day, and a lot of you are new to crypto. So I'm just trying to help you just understand various philosophies out there. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything, but I am encouraging you to do your own research and don't take on more risk than is reasonable for you for your current situation. Just use logic and data to decide when to buy and sell. and following the crowd very frequently does not go well. So just be aware of that. That all said, I am so optimistic for the future. I'm very excited for the very tail end of this market cycle. We're quickly approaching it. My friends, it's already September of 2021. We're most of the way through the year. And so I don't know if it'll be late this year or early next year when we'll see most of the fireworks, probably somewhere thereabout. Don't know for sure. That's going to be a lot of fun because for the first time at that point, I'll be able to report to you that I have sold XRP, that I have cashed out some of my crypto holdings into United States dollars, and I've done neither of those things in my entire life. So I'm waiting for it, but I'm I'm a long-term guy. I'm a long-term thinker here. I'll go ahead and wrap up here. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.